Something happened on Live with Kelly and Mark that stopped fans dead in their tracks. Kelly Ripa, one of the most beloved talk show hosts in American television, revealed something so unexpected, so surprisingly hilarious, and so completely Kelly that the studio audience absolutely lost it. And when the details started making the rounds on social media, the internet could not stop talking about it. We're talking about a secret, a piece of clothing, and a warning so serious that Kelly herself admitted she and her husband Mark Consuelos could actually be pulled off the air because of it. Yes, you heard that right. Stay with us, because this story only gets better from here. Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the most entertaining, heartwarming, and downright fun celebrity updates straight from the world of Hollywood and daytime television. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about moments from Live with Kelly and Mark, the iconic morning talk show that has kept audiences glued to their screens for decades. And at the center of it all, as always, is the brilliant, charismatic, and endlessly entertaining Kelly Ripa. Now, if you've been following Kelly for any length of time, you already know that she is never boring. She is quick-witted. She is fearless on camera. And she has an extraordinary gift for turning even the most ordinary moment into pure television gold. But this was something different. This was Kelly at her most unfiltered, her most honest, and fans are absolutely here for every second of it. Let's take a step back for a moment, because context is everything. Kelly Ripa has been a fixture in American living rooms for well over 2 decades. She first captured the country's heart as the bubbly, lovable Haley Vaughn on the long-running soap opera All My Children. But it was in 2001, when she stepped behind the desk of what was then known as Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, that she truly became a household name. Over the years, Kelly evolved from rising star to full-blown television institution. Her infectious laugh, her sharp humor, her ability to be completely real with her audience, even when real means a little too real, is exactly what has made her irreplaceable. And then came the next chapter. In 2023, Kelly's husband of nearly 3 decades, actor Mark Consuelos, joined her as permanent co-host on Live, and the show transformed into something even more special. The chemistry between them, two people who genuinely love and occasionally drive each other absolutely crazy, created some of the most entertaining morning television moments in recent memory. From playful arguments about their travel habits to candid conversations about marriage, family, and everything in between, Kelly and Mark have turned their real life into compelling, joyful daily television. Fans don't just watch the show. They feel like they know this couple. And that level of intimacy is exactly what made this latest moment so wonderfully, perfectly on brand. It was during the June 15th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark when things took a hilariously unexpected turn. The show, as it often does, had drifted into one of those delightful off-script conversations that audiences have come to love. Kelly, never one to shy away from a good story, began talking about her personal wardrobe, specifically a particular shirt she owns that she absolutely adores. Now, on the surface, that sounds perfectly harmless, right? A celebrity talking about fashion? Totally normal morning show territory. Except this wasn't just any shirt. Kelly revealed that this shirt, which she described as one she wears on select occasions, is emblazoned with a phrase so bold, so expressive, and so unapologetically Kelly Ripa that she couldn't even tell her audience what it said. Because if she did, she and Mark would be pulled off the air. Let that sink in for a second. One of the biggest names in daytime television, a woman who has interviewed presidents and pop stars, who has navigated live television for over 20 years, has a shirt in her closet that is apparently too much for broadcast standards. And the audience? They absolutely erupted. The laughter in the studio was immediate and electric. Because that's the genius of Kelly Ripa. She doesn't just tell you a story. She makes you feel like you're right there with her, and on the joke, part of the inner circle. She teased the shirt just enough, hinting at its gloriously profane message without ever crossing the line, and the result was television magic. Pure, unscripted, completely authentic television magic. But that wasn't the end of the story. Because after the laughter settled and the audience caught their breath, Kelly smoothly pivoted into another moment of refreshing honesty. Still riding the wave of vulnerability and humor, she opened up about something deeply personal, something that resonated with women across the country watching from their couches, their kitchens, and their morning routines. Kelly turned to the audience and asked, with genuine curiosity and zero filter, whether there were women over 50 in the room. And when hands shot up across the studio, she launched into a candid, funny, and surprisingly touching conversation about the realities of aging. She talked about the changes that happen to your body after 50, the little surprises, the unexpected developments that nobody really warns you about, and she did it with the kind of warmth and humor that makes you feel less alone. She wasn't complaining. She wasn't being self-deprecating in a sad way. She was doing what Kelly Ripa does better than almost anyone on television. She was connecting. And the audience connected right back. Women in the studio nodded along, laughed along, felt seen in a way that so many morning show segments simply don't achieve. Fans immediately started reacting online, and the comments said it all. Kelly always makes me feel better about getting older. This is exactly why I never miss the show. She's one of us and she knows it. The clip spread fast. As moments from Live with Kelly and Mark so often do, it jumped from the broadcast to social media within hours. Short clips, fan reactions, and enthusiastic commentary flooded timelines across Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. Entertainment outlets picked it up. Fan pages reposted it. And the comment sections were filled with the kind of warmth and appreciation that reminds you why daytime television, when it's done right, still holds a completely irreplaceable place in American culture. Because here's the thing about Kelly Ripa that the internet understands instinctively. She doesn't perform authenticity. She is authentic. There's a difference, and audiences can feel it the moment they tune in. The band shirt story became a talking point not just because it was funny, though it absolutely was, but because it was a perfect window into who Kelly really is off camera. Someone who swears like a sailor on select occasions, wears her attitude on her sleeve quite literally, and isn't afraid to laugh at herself on the biggest stage in daytime TV. Mark, for his part, played the perfect co-host through all of it, a knowing smile, the easy comfort of a man who has been married to Kelly Ripa for nearly 30 years and is therefore entirely unsurprised by anything she does. Which, honestly, might be the most relatable thing about him. This moment came at an interesting and exciting time for Kelly and Mark beyond just the talk show world. The couple has been making headlines recently for their new Hulu docuseries Squatters, Get the F*** out of my house*, on which they both serve as executive producers. The show, which premiered on June 4th, represents yet another dimension of their creative partnership, one that extends far beyond their morning broadcast. Their son Joaquin recently made his Broadway debut in Death of a Salesman, while Mark made his own stage debut in Fallen Angels just days later. The Consuelos Ripa family has been having something of a collective creative renaissance, and audiences who have watched Kelly and Mark build their lives together on and off camera are genuinely thrilled for them. It all adds up to something remarkable. Here is a couple who met on the set of a soap opera in 1995, fell in love, built a family, and eventually ended up sharing a talk show desk, talking to each other, teasing each other, and being completely real with millions of people every single morning. That's not just a Hollywood success story. That's a love story. And it happens to also be great television. There's a reason people keep coming back to Live with Kelly and Mark, and it isn't just the celebrity interviews or the trending topics or even the games and giveaways. It's the feeling that the two people behind that desk actually like each other, that they're having a good time, that even when things go sideways, even when a conversation about fashion turns into a confession about a potentially broadcast violating shirt, they roll with it together. Kelly Ripa has built a career on being exactly who she is, unapologetically, and in full view of America. That's harder than it looks. Television can wear people down. It can smooth out the edges. It can turn people into polished, managed, careful versions of themselves. Not Kelly. After more than 20 years, she is still the same woman who will look at a camera and tell you she has a shirt she literally cannot describe on air and make you feel like that is the most natural, wonderful, hilarious thing in the world. And that right there is why she has lasted, why she matters, and why, on an ordinary Monday morning in June, a story about a banned piece of clothing turned into a pop culture moment that reminded everyone why they fell in love with her in the first place. Kelly Ripa is many things. A TV icon, a producer, a wife and mother, a woman navigating life over 50 with humor, grace, and apparently a very inappropriate wardrobe. And whatever that shirt says, we're pretty sure it's perfect. We would love to know what you think. Drop it in the comments below. What do you think Kelly's shirt says? Let's hear your best guesses, and let's see who comes closest. If you enjoyed this celebrity update, subscribe for more entertainment news and Hollywood stories. We cover the moments that matter, the stories behind the headlines, and the people who make pop culture worth talking about. Hit that bell so you never miss an upload, and we'll see you in the next one.